Hi, I'm Sarah D. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever started your day with a plan that you were going to do some things that were difficult for you to do but that needed to be done, and you got ready to do them, and then this or that or some other things came up, took your attention, distracted you, and diverted your energy from trying to attack and accomplish and move through the challenges you needed to move through in that day, and you were focusing on something else? Well, this song, called Without Diversion, is a song about that. It's about a day when I had to get some things done. Paperwork, actually. Paperwork. Anyway, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to, so I sat myself down at my desk. I started to, shuffle papers and make sure I had a pen, and then, thankfully, my son came in to the house, and he's an adult, doesn't live at home anymore, so it was, he was coming in, and it's, oh man, I better talk to him. So we talked, and there was I don't know that there was any big issues he had to talk about, but he was talking, and I love to listen to him talk, and I love to talk with him, and so blah, 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 blah. We talked, and I never said, oh, listen, I need to get this stuff done, which if I would have, he would have said, oh, great, maybe I could help you, or he would have, whatever, moved on his way, whatever. But I didn't do that. I didn't say, oh, I have this thing I need to do, because I didn't really want to do it. So I let the distraction become a diversion. And then I had an excuse for not getting the things done that I needed to get done, right? Because I was doing something good. So anyway, after he went on his way, straightening my papers out and my pens and getting everything all ready to go to do this paperwork that I needed to be doing that I didn't want to do, lo and behold, my daughter came over. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful. And of course, I didn't tell her I had things I needed to be doing either. I'm just sitting there at my desk, and I'm just waiting for people to come talk to me. I felt like kind of Lucy, with the 5 cents at her kiosk for psychology or something. I mean, I wasn't being a psychologist, I was just being a mom. But anyway, so my daughter and I had a nice conversation for an hour or two, and that pretty much ate the time I had free in my day to do this paperwork that I really needed to get done, but I didn't want to do. And all these wonderful distractions came and became my diversion. I diverted my attention there. So I had an excuse, a good excuse, right, for not getting done what I needed to be getting done. So what I did was I wrote this song. Without diversion, there's no justification for the things I don't do. Without diversion, I'm left alone with my hopes and dreams and fears. Without diversion, I'm left to face myself year after year, with no escape, no distraction from the pain. I don't want to feel. The way my thoughts twist and collide into cacophony, when I'm lost in a trance born of memory, what I see is suspect, as is what I believe. Distorted thoughts, diversions breathe. Obsessive action, binge behavior, numbs the pain. Fed by fear of the uncertain places I must face. To be true to my potential, to the dreams within my soul. Crying out for deliverance, to be made whole. When I choose diversion from the path I'm on, I'm in that yellow wood gone. And if I return to where I began, I'm another person with another plan. Do you believe in second chances? New life rising from the ashes, change within, change without. Let go of damning expectations and external machinations put in play by well-meaning others. Without diversion, there's no justification for the way my thoughts twist and collide into obsessive action and binge behavior. Do you believe in second chances, a new life rising from the ashes? Do you believe in eternal life? So, that song isn't only about those conversations. In the words to the song, I say, obsessive action, binge behavior numbs the pain. So, it doesn't even have to be somebody coming to visit. It's the diversion. It could be, I make a cheesecake and I eat the whole thing. It could be, I go shopping and buy things I don't need. It could be, I go on the internet and surfing to see all the garbage I can find out about this person or that person and then share that with others. And it could be that I'm doing something that, well, if it's obsessive, even if it's good, is it good? I wonder. Being obsessive, I don't know. Is obsession good? Some people say you should be obsessed about a goal in order to make it come about, but is that really an obsession? It's kind of like being possessed, right? I don't know. I think I want to possess myself, but I don't always. I mean, I'll let myself be obsessed. I mean, yeah, have obsessive action. So that's what I was talking about in this song. Obsessive action, binge behavior, whatever it is you're binging on, right? Numbs the pain, the pain that's fed by the fear of the uncertain places I must face to be true to my potential. In order to become something better, to grow, there's uncertainty. There are things that you haven't been doing, so you don't know exactly how they're going to turn out, but there are things that you need to be doing so that you can become a better version of yourself or become better qualified to do something, right? And to get something done. So you've got to go into this unknown area. I have a song about that called Up Against the Wall Again, too. I'll have to share that. But these uncertain places, we don't always know what's going to be behind that wall, right? We don't always know what's through it. Sometimes it's fearful, right? And so it's easier to numb out and to pull back away from that fearful place, right? But there's a dissatisfaction when you know that, you've got to go through that wall. There's an old song from camp. Can't go under it, can't go over it, can't go through it, can't go around it, can't go over it. Anyway, I gotta go through it. How does that go? Anyway, I think it's about a lion hunt. Anyway, and there's a big river and there's a mountain and things that you have to go over, around, through. Anyway, you got to get through stuff. You have to go to the other side of the unknown. And then I referred to Robert Frost's Road Not Taken, to that yellow wood. And you can recite it with me if you know it. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I couldn't travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one, as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. And then I took the other, as just as fair. As just as fair. And having perhaps the better claim, for it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, onto way, onto way, onto way. I doubted if I would ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere, ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And so I'm in that yellow wood gone. When I choose diversion, I go to the yellow wood and I see the path, right? And I see the two roads. And I stay there in a trance. Obsessed, obsessive action and binge behavior take over in whatever form I choose. And whatever I do to keep me from taking a path and moving forward in my life is that diversion. And then I say, do you believe in second chances? That's what Jesus Christ was all about. That's what he is all about. New life rising from the ashes, change within, change without. You'll know they're Christian by their love. The change of heart. The sharing of that which is virtuous, lovely, and of good report and praiseworthy. Seeking and thinking on those things show who we worship, who we follow, who we want to emulate. When we go into the obsessive action, the binge behavior, we're hiding. And I know that because I've done more than my share of it, I'm sure. But I'm doing my best not to do that as often as I have. And part of that is being open with my silly songs that help me get through my days and my weird thoughts. One other thing I wanted to explain about in this song is I had been learning before I wrote this song, I'd been learning about how our memories, we can't really trust our memories, because every time we call them back up, they're a little bit, we have a little bit less of them. I think that's how it goes. And so then when we tuck them away, we've remembered them differently. And then if we've been sharing them with somebody else, and sometimes something that they say goes in with it, and then that goes tucked in with the memory. And then sometimes that memory, it's just actually is absolutely a story, and it did not happen. And so we can't trust our memory all the time. Or I don't know, maybe ever. I don't know. Anyway, so that's where I talked about the way my thoughts twist and collide into cacophony when I'm lost in a trance, born of memory. What I see is suspect, as is what I believe, because you can't always be certain about what, if you're remembering it accurately. And especially if you're remembering it accurately for somebody else, because they're at a different place, right? They're seeing it from a different place. They're experiencing it from a different person, right? So we can't know how somebody else experiences things, even if they're at the same place, experiencing the same thing. Distorted thoughts, diversions, bring misery. So when we're diverted by these thoughts, by these memories that may or may not have any very much to do with reality, then, and if we believe they're true and they were really awful and we made them even more awful, I mean, talk about the misery we can cause ourselves from recalling things that don't bless us. Anyway, that's my song. And I share it with you. And I share my thoughts with you. And hope somehow it blesses you. I'm Sarah D. Make it a great day.